Hello everyone, it's great to see you again on today's Igraasp news capsule. A good goal is like a strenuous exercise. It makes you stretch. So let's get ready and step up to stretching ourselves and achieving what we set out to do. The highlights of today's news capsule are: World's gearing up for kids' vaccines. G7 summit concludes. Naftali Bennett sworn in as Israel's new prime minister. Sea snot outbreak in Turkey. Scientists say key Antarctic ice shelf is breaking up faster than expected. Trip to space with Jeff Bezos sells for $28 million. Javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra wins gold in Lisbon athletic meet. And finally, our F2 segment. It is now time to begin with our national news segment.
Amid full-scale vaccination drives being held for adults across the world, countries are now speeding up vaccine testing for kids. Their main emphasis in these tests is to reduce the side effects in children. As American kids aged 12 to 15 have started getting the Pfizer vaccine, in India too, Covaxin testing for kids aged 12 to 18 years has recently been concluded at AIIMS. Further, last week Tuesday, young kids aged 6 to 12 years were recruited at AIIMS for clinical testing of the vaccine. This will be followed by the recruitment of kids aged 2 to 6 years. Another nation, Russia, is developing a nasal spray form of the vaccine for 8 to 12-year-old children. The nasal spray COVID-19 vaccine is likely to enter the market by September 2021 or latest by the beginning of next year.
The G7 is a meeting of 7 countries which include Britain, the United States of America, Germany, Italy, Canada, France and Japan to discuss various international issues. This year, the summit was held in Great Britain and primarily discussed issues relating to the COVID pandemic, climate change, internet freedom and upholding democratic values. The leaders committed to providing 1 billion vaccine doses to poorer countries as well as to fight against climate change and keeping the internet free and fair for everyone. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was also invited to speak virtually, wherein he stressed the need to fight against authoritarianism and keeping the internet a healthy and free space.
Israel has new prime minister. Benjamin Netanyahu, who has led the Middle Eastern country for 12 years, will be stepping down after he was defeated in an extremely close parliamentary vote. His successor will be Naftali Bennett, who is a millionaire who has managed to form an alliance across the political spectrum with 8 parties part of his new coalition. Several world leaders, including United States President Joe Biden, called and wished Mr. Bennett, congratulating him on winning this year's election.
Igraasp, did you know that Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world and the founder of Amazon, is going to space with his brother? He recently held an auction for tickets to go on the space shuttle with him. While the rocket company, also known as Blue Origin, hasn't released the name of the person yet, we do know that the bid was for $28 million. The name of the person is set to be released in a few weeks, close to 20th July, the date of launch. The auction held last week had more than 7,500 people bidding from across 159 countries. So clearly everyone wants to go to space. If you are given the opportunity, Igraasp, would you as well? Let us know in the comment section below.
Do you know, Igraasp, that there has been the largest outbreak of sea snot in Turkey's Marmara Sea? Now you might be wondering what sea snot is. Sea snot is a slimy layer of grey or green sludge in seas, but can cause considerable damage to the marine ecosystem. This is the result of our activities of water pollution combined with the effects of climate change. Turkey is trying to solve this problem by launching a maritime cleanup operation. So, Igraasp, this leaves us with the message that we should not pollute water and keep our water bodies clean.
Igraspers, did you know that e-waste is growing to be a real problem in the world? E-waste, which stands for electronic waste, is all the thrown away gadgets and parts that can't be recycled, which are filling up our landfills even faster. Two artists taking notice of this built a huge sculpture titled Mount Recycle More, which contains the heads of 7 leaders of the G7 countries. According to the UN, the world produces close to 53 million tons of e-waste in a year, and that is expected to double by 2050. These two artists thus took this opportunity to highlight this through their artwork and even said that they hoped these leaders would look at the sculpture as they flew into London.
According to a new study, an important Antarctic ice shelf is breaking up a lot faster than scientists expected. The glacier, known as the Pine Island Glacier's ice shelf, could begin to collapse sooner than was initially predicted. And this is primarily due to the rising global temperatures. The ice shelf has reduced by almost 20 kilometers in the last 3 years.
Star Indian javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra threw the tournament's best 83.18 meters to win gold at an event in Lisbon, Portugal last week. Chopra, who's the reigning Commonwealth as well as an Asian Games champion, had spoken about how he felt ill-prepared for the upcoming Olympics in Tokyo. He qualified for the Olympics by throwing 87.86 meters, which was over 2 meters above the Olympic qualifying mark in an event in South Africa last year. We wish Neeraj Chopra and all the other athletes the best of luck for this year's Olympics.
Novak Djokovic won his 19th Grand Slam by winning the French Open this year. This has put him within touching distance of both Nadal and Federer, who currently hold the record for most Grand Slams held by a man at 20. Djokovic beat Stephanie Tsitsipas in dramatic fashion, coming from 2 sets down to win 3 in a row to clinch the title. In the women's draw, Barbara Krejcikova, who was unseeded, beat Anastasia Pavlyukovichenna in 3 sets to win her first ever Grand Slam title. Both participants were in their first ever Grand Slam final, and Krejcikova was able to perform better on this day to lift the trophy.
Did you hear, Igraspers, that Israeli archaeologists discovered a 1,000-year-old chicken egg? And even more surprising is the fact that this egg was completely intact and unbroken. Isn't that mind-blowing? This 1,000-year-old egg was found in human feces during an excavation in the town of Yavin. Even though the egg was removed with extreme caution, the shell broke during the process. But nevertheless, isn't this an actual excellent find?
The Earth officially has 5 oceans now. Recently, the National Geographic Society, which has been drawing and making maps of the planet since 1915, officially recognized the icy waters next to the ice continent of Antarctica as the Southern Ocean. Previously, most geographers considered that the Southern Ocean was nothing but an extension of the Indian, Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. But now they claim that the body of water has enough unique characteristics to stand alone. With the Southern Ocean being officially recognized, we all will have to relearn and know that there are 5 and not just 4 oceans in the world.
Adhav Sugumar, a boy from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, has broken the world record for being the fastest person to climb 50 steps while hula hooping, being able to do it in just 18.28 seconds. The Guinness Book of World Records have officially recognized Adhav's time, and words of praise have even come from Man vs. Wild star
Beer grills with the TV star congratulating him and telling him well done. Do you have any unique skills, Igraspers? If you do, send us a video of it to our email ID contact@igraasp.com.
The word of the week is sleuth, which means a detective or a person who investigates mystery. The Secret 7 by Enid Blyton is a story about children who are sleuths. These young sleuths go on adventures solving cases. The riddle of the week is, I am very light, but you cannot hold me for more than a few seconds. What am I? I am your breath.
Can you guess who? This professional heavyweight boxer was the youngest man to win a heavyweight title belt in 1986. He was the first boxer to simultaneously hold the prestigious World Boxing Association, World Boxing Council and International Boxing Federation titles. For his contributions to the sport, he was inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame in 2012. His nicknames include Kid Dynamite, Baddest Man on the Planet, and Iron Mike. I knew you would get it. It is Mike Tyson indeed. Did you know that Tyson loves pigeons and even hosted a show on Animal Planet, Talking on Tyson?
Did you know that high and low tides in the ocean are caused by the gravitational forces of the sun and moon along with Earth's rotation?
What has more impact on the tides? Sun's gravity or the moon's? Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com. The world's largest diamond is called Cullinan. This 3,106 carat diamond was found in a mine in South Africa on 25th January 1905. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Archasha Adhikari of St. Augustine's Day School, Barrackpore, for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, Igraasp.
Dear Igraaspers, this week we're teaming up with Meg and her brother Charles as we explore a wrinkle in time. Meg's father disappears while working on a revolutionary pathway which enables one to travel throughout the universe by bending the very fabric of space and time itself. Meg must make use of this elusive technology to save her father as the universe slowly falls prey to a terrifying presence bent on capturing the Earth and taking control of everyone's minds. Read this dark fantasy and drop in your feedback on igraasp.com/iClub.
This brings us to the end of our news wrap. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into visible. Until we meet again, list a goal you would like to achieve before the end of next week and then go for it. See you next week.